Chase, did you see that the Aurora Borealis was visible for a huge part of the country, including here in San Diego County last weekend?
Bill, I would love to say yes, but I don't know what an Aurora Borealis is.
It's the Northern Lights.
I know, I was just kidding. I had heard all about it, but I know it is the Northern Lights. Yeah.
I'm sure you saw the
I did.
pictures on social media. It was big on Friday. It wasn't quite as big on Saturday, but we saw the pictures Friday and then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go try and check it out. It's one of my bucket lists. I should have gone Friday night, but Saturday night, put the kids and Sarah, we got in the car and we drove out to Joshua Tree in the middle of the night to go see it.
What a
Uh,
fun thing for your kids to remember someday. And you got the best wife ever to be a sport and go, gosh, this is a good idea. Let's get up in the middle of the night just in case we can see some lights in the sky.
I made the suggestion Friday, but Friday I was a beer in by the time I noticed. So she was gonna have to drive part of it there or at least get us there.
Oh, at
And
least
she
you're
thought
honest. That was
and
great.
she thought I was joking and wasn't serious. She's only met the plan your travel type of Felipe trips where I like to plan everything ahead of time very meticulously. She didn't meet the let's go on a road trip with no reservations
After
and
a
no
few beers.
plan. Yeah, she thought it was like, oh, he must be way more than one beer in and not know what he's talking about.
And then did
But
you wake her up and go, oh, you're serious?
no, when she saw the pictures in the
Okay.
morning on Saturday, she was like, "This was actually really cool," and I said, "No, I was dead serious. Let's go tonight."
That's
So we
awesome.
drove out Saturday afternoon and spent a couple hours in the middle of the night in Joshua Tree, and then we hadn't planned it out, so we had to get back home to the dog. But so we drove home. We got home like at two
Forgive
thirty
my
in the morning.
ignorance. Forgive
I
my
love
ignorance.
driving.
But why is it that we got to see the Northern Lights and they call them Northern Lights for a reason?
Right.
Usually we'll see them way up in Alaska or Northern Canada, up at the Arctic,
Correct.
the North Pole. Why is it that our country got to see a bunch of them?
So there was unusual solar flare activity, and that's what causes
Okay.
the northern lights, the sun flares.
So it
And
can
there was like a
affect our
super
radio
strong,
waves and
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah, there was it could affect GPS and those kinds of things. And it was just at the highest level. I think it was the strongest solar storm thing flare up since like 2003.
Oh, wow.
So that's why it was just so much more south than usual. But they were seeing it in, San Diego County. People were seeing in like uh Georgia and like all like the country could see it if you had clear skies and dark
I bet
clear
you Big Bear
skies.
then saw it pretty well, Big Bear Lake,
Big Bear
because
probably saw
they
it.
don't get any kind of clouds up there. It's
I even saw some really cool light pictures out of San Francisco with the Golden
wow.
Gate in the background because they had it a little stronger up that way. But yeah, I kind of wish I'd have gone Friday. I was ready. Had I not been, a beer in, I'd have driven out to Utah to see him. But now Sarah knows if I say, let's go, let's drive all night to go see some kind of
With gas
astronomical
at $5 a
phenomenon.
gallon.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. It was about one tank of gas, uh, and a few
All
hundred
right.
miles on the
So
car.
60 bucks, 70
Yeah.
bucks.
And it was the kids loved it, even though they
Did you
slept a
camp
large
out
portion
too?
of it. No,
Or
we
did you
didn't end
drive
up
back?
we drove back. Yeah.
Oh,
Got
wow.
home like at 2:30 in the morning, which was a little more rough than in my early 20s, but driving that late, but or being up that late to just in general.
I
But we did
bet.
get to see the cool night skies. We got to see some shooting stars, a little bit of a hint of the northern lights. The camera got some cool pictures, so you'll see the picture right here that Sarah got. Uh, that was probably our best one. So we got to see them in a sort, but not as good as they got to see them on Friday.
Well, that's
But
super cool. I'm glad you
let
guys
us,
got to enjoy yourselves, even if it
yeah,
was a lot of driving. And
let us know
I'm not
what
into that.
crazy thing have you driven to? What crazy thing would you drive for? And I was in
Some people
Vancouver
did for
once.
the solar eclipse that just recently happened.
Yeah, yeah, I know my neighbor was out in Indianapolis, did a road trip out of it. Um, I didn't do
My
that, but
son was there in Southern Illinois for it. He flew out with family to go see it.
that's super cool. And if you're kind of
Is it though?
kind of nerdy like me, it's really cool.
Well, in that case, awesome.
But don't forget to like and subscribe, and let us know what crazy thing have you done to knock out something maybe off your bucket list.